Hey guys, welcome back to Seeking God in the Wait. I'm Johanna. This is my wonderful husband, Travis. And we are going to talk about mindfulness today. Last time we talked about selflessness, and mindfulness is just one of the parts of being selfless. So what is mindfulness?
This reminds me of a little story when I was actually in Europe, in England. And I was taking the subway, and as I was walking, the tube. How do you say it in British?
You want to take the tube?
Taking the tube. So I was taking the tube, and I looked down, and it says, "Mind the gap." And to me, I'm like, mind the gap? What the heck does that mean? Mm-hmm. Mind the gap. It was just British in their
They always
their
announce
English.
it like every 5 minutes. Please mind the gap. Please.
And really, it, made me think about it. And what it is it was just saying, be aware. Mm-hmm. Be aware of the big hole that you could fall into and die, mm-hmm. right? And I think that's kind of what mindfulness is just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of the people that are around you, right?
Right, being aware of, you can be mindful about yourself, you can be mindful about other people, and we want to specifically talk about being aware of others and of their needs.
Yeah, and for us, this is one thing that we talked about in premarital counseling, is this idea of, we were looking at characteristics in each other, and mindfulness was one that we looked at, and we said, hey, this is you. Like, everything about you, you're so mindful in a sense where people would like look at you and be like, oh, I can open up to her, I can talk to her, because it just, in that mindfulness, what it does is it just shows that you care. It shows that you love them, right? And that you're so aware of, their circumstances and their situations and what could happen and how you can kind of go above and beyond to really help that person. And I think that was just like I said, a good quality, a characteristic that I saw in you and see in you.
We both saw that in each other. And I think that's something that really attracted us to each other. Just how, and you see it when you talk and see them interact with their friends and with the people around them. That's when it's not when someone's like, oh, by the way, I'm really mindful.
Look at me. I'm mindful, but I'm mindful of myself.
Usually people who are mindful won't tell the other, they won't talk about it. But that's something that you pick up when you watch them and just observe them with other people. But mindfulness, I think, like you said, being aware, and it's kind of walking through life with your eyes wide open for the need, but also how you can help and support others. And just a few little examples from our marriage. It's so sweet. I am terrible with plugging my phone in. Like, my phone is constantly on low battery and almost about to die, and then it dies like mid-conversation. And Travis just, like, instead of being like super annoyed and frustrated with me that my phone's always like not supercharged, he like buys a double plug for our bedroom so that like I can plug in as well at night. Or he constantly will pick up my phone, check it, and be like, okay, I'm going to plug her in. And I'm like, where's my phone? And he's like, I plugged it in. And that's like 3 years into marriage where, it's not like, oh, something sweet I did while we were dating, but that's something that he consistently will do. That's just like a small thing where I'm like, that's super mindful. Like, that's so thoughtful and so caring. And you see that I'm busy doing all kinds of things and I'm not thinking about my phone.
Yeah, so why is mindfulness such a thing? Because nowadays it seems like everybody is about themselves and they want to do this and that, but mindfulness is this idea of being aware of somebody else's needs, right? And then the second part of that is, okay, now that you're aware, what do you do then? So when you put that together with action, it's setting up, and basically you're just being a huge blessing to that person, whatever their need is. So you can't fulfill a need, or you can't help somebody unless you're mindful of the situation, right? And I think that's where it really takes action on our part to really be aware. Like, instead of being in your little zone with your phone and this is all I got going on, like, we have to get outside of that and put the phone down and look around and be like, okay, well, what's going on around me? Where are the needs around me? And in that, and in marriage, the more mindful you are, and again, you can't be selfless unless you're mindful. Because it's that idea of being aware and then also putting yourself aside and then, participating in the action that needs to be done. And, how does that look, for you guys that are single, that are looking to get married someday? Well, marriage is, I don't want to say it's a lot of work because I enjoy it. But if you deny yourself, then that means you have to do something. And that requires you to put in the work. And the more work you put in, the better it's going to be, because that means you're wanting what's best for your spouse. You want to see them succeed. You want to help them in any possible way you can. And again, going back to our little saying that we have in our household, is this idea of outdoing one another in love, right? And when you're aware, when you're mindful, and you're loving that person in certain ways, like it's a huge blessing. And then when that person does the same back, you're watching out for each other, you're caring for each other, and you're loving one another. And it's just it's an amazing thing. So that's where mindfulness is such key. And it doesn't start in marriage, right? It starts in the here and the now, getting outside of what you're doing and being aware of those things that are going on.
Yeah. So just encourage you guys to open your eyes, open your spiritual eyes, ask God to help you see the needs of others and be mindful when you encounter people. Yeah.
And then take action.
Yeah.
And then do it. Yeah. So hopefully this is an encouragement to you guys. Again, we just want to keep feeding things that we've learned over the years. And hopefully that is an encouragement to you guys. And hopefully this will help you guys continue in your growth. And again, as you seek out God for the next thing in life, this might be that one thing that we all need to work on a little bit more. So God bless you guys. And don't forget,
subscribe.
We love you guys. Bye. Oh, if you're still here,
You got it.
subscribe.
Just push the button. Right?
Push it. Subscribe.